Yo, what's going on everyone? It is Viral here, and as you can see, I am back with another video. Okay, now as you can see, my voice yet again sounds pretty low key because I'm bored for the most part, so I had no choice but to record a video for you guys real quick because I have been missing in action. Okay, I've been MIA for several days now, but I'm back here to tell you guys the news about college football 26 and what they revealed. Excuse the voice crack. What they revealed thus far. Okay, so as you can see, I think this past Thursday the trailer came out, but beforehand we saw a whole bunch of screenshots. Okay, and not gonna lie, I was gonna mention the screenshots at some point. Well, I was gonna make a video on the screenshots, but I didn't have a chance to do that because I was mighty busy. So therefore I missed out on making that video happen. But then last night I dropped a YouTube short of me giving out my thoughts and opinions on the recent trailer, as I mentioned. So if you guys haven't checked that short out, please go do so. Before you watch this video, make sure you check out that short first, and then you come back here if you want to. Okay, so with that being said, now it's the next day, and obviously I am here to talk to you guys about the details for this game. Now, I want to get this out the way right now, okay? So, this reveal that they had for this game, we knew it was going to be a long time coming. I'm going to say this right now. We knew this was going to be a long time coming. We've been waiting patiently, including myself. I have been holding my patience as tight as possible, if that makes sense, to wait for this reveal. But the fact that, if you guys remember, last year, the game was revealed, I believe, on May 17th of last year. Now, fast forward a year later, a whole year later, the game got, revealed officially this past Thursday. So we waited nearly the entire month for this game to get revealed before the month is over. That is kind of odd, considering the timing that EA had for these marketing plans or whatever. I'm not sure exactly how long it took them to make this trailer and whatnot. I can't really tell for sure, but I do know this though. The fact that this reveal made us wait longer than last year's is kind of odd. Okay, it was kind of odd in a weird way, but I digress. That's just me doing another nitpick, of course. So I'm gonna, give them a benefit of a doubt because I have been waiting for this reveal and I was eager to see what they brought in store this year. Speaking of which, I am gonna pull off, I'm not pull off, excuse me. I am gonna try to bring out some details that I've read from the website. Now, if you guys are curious, I did read some of the website. Well, not read, but I did skim through most of the details and info that they had on the EA website about the game. So I pretty much know some of the stuff that is brand new to this game technically, but I forgot pretty much like 75% of the rest of the information that they had in the website. So I'm gonna try to cover as much as possible in this short video, okay? Because I know it's not going to be a 20-minute long breakdown. Like, I just don't have time for that. Me personally, I just don't. So therefore, I want to make sure that I get this out the way so we can all go with our day. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, man, let's start off with the presentation. First off and foremost, now what I did notice before the trailer even came out, as I mentioned already, the screenshots, I forgot to talk about them on Twitter, but from what I've seen in these screenshots, son, the presentation, I pray, like I'm still crossing my fingers. This presentation has to be an improvement over last year, because if you guys don't know, this game has a light show for this year. This game is going to have drones to the point where, they now come out at night. They come out at the nighttime presentations. And speaking of the nighttime presentations, when the game gets played and when it's dark outside, the lighting in the trailer, I think that was the first thing they've shown. in that trailer was that screenshot. I forgot which one it was, but it was the one with the stadium being entirely dark with the orange lights and all that stuff. I believe it was the Texas game that was shown in that screenshot with the presentation and all that. I could be wrong though, but regardless of the case, the presentation looks like a huge upgrade, but again, I'm not going to hold my breath over it. I'm just not going to, so I'm going to pray with my fingers crossed still that it receives a huge upgrade with new camera angles. I want more of that. And you know, they're gonna have I believe the same commentary teams and whatnot from last year, and you know, I did like the commentary from last year, so that should be cool, right? Nothing major though, but still, I just wanted to point that out. Anyway, what I do also want to mention is the fact that they are going to have new coaches. Well, they're now bringing in coaches in this game, which is sort of a new thing, because I could have sworn coaches were in the game last year. Well, they were, but they weren't necessarily seen in action. You know what I mean? They weren't seen on camera. They weren't shown on camera, is what I'm saying. So the fact that you're going to have multiple coaches from different schools now popping out in this game, that's sort of new to me. I didn't expect this whatsoever, but at the same time, it's kind of cool to have this come to the game and, you know, have the coaches actually be apparent for once this year, so that's cool. Next thing I've heard is that the wear and tear system from last year is going to be fully customizable. Now, I can't tell exactly how customizable it's going to be this time around, but that should be interesting, right? And then they have the home field advantage 2.0 with more intense camera shake, new display visuals, you know, the stadium pulse thing, which I'm not gonna lie, the stadium pulse thing, as unique as it was for me, it became some sort of a nightmare, especially during those Road to Glory games. I will not forget, teams like TCU gave us a nightmare with that stadium post, son. I promise you, that game, I can never live it down. I just can't. But I digress, okay? I heard there were new songs coming out for this game, like some fight songs with new and sort of different marching band covers this time around, with marching bands actually coming out to perform the said songs, on top of newer songs that were confirmed to be in the game, such as Stampede, and from my memory, Fiend by Travis Scott. If you guys enjoyed that song, which I can tell a lot of you do, that's going to be in the game, so that's cool too. And then as far as the Dynasty, oh yeah, I almost forgot. Speaking of Dynasty, I've heard Dynasty is now going to have cross-play, which I thought it did, but maybe just for the other modes. I'm guessing cross-play was only available for like online or whatever last year, so Dynasty is officially cross-play. I forgot crossplay was even a thing. I'm not even gonna cap, but still, crossplay for Dynasty, you know, that sounds interesting. Not gonna lie, I rarely even touch Dynasty off camera. That's all I know. But next up is Road to Glory, and of course, I do know that Road to Glory has confirmed to have high school in the game. Okay, so high school is coming to Road to Glory, and I believe I saw a tweet saying that high school is going to be like 5 games or whatever. At least 5 games is better than not having any high school games at all. And I saw another tweet saying that the high school portion should be skippable. Okay, it should be skippable, just in case if you don't want to play the high school portion of Road to Glory. Now, again, not gonna hold my breath over it, but if it's true, if EA does confirm that, then you know what? That should be low-key beneficial, because I guarantee after making like 3+ players, it's gonna get borderline tiresome to a point to where you would want to eventually skip the high school portion of the mode, so that way you could, you know, play the game without having to worry about high school. You can just get straight into college that way easily. Okay, so as far as these other modes like, you know, Ultimate Team and Road to the College Football Playoff, they're both going to be there. I'm not sure exactly how different they are this year, but we will see. And as far as the team builder, I have noticed that the team builder is going to be back. I just hope that the team builder in this year's game become different this time around, because if you guys can recall from last year, they had you go to the EA website to create a team, share it, and then once you have the game, you can download the team from there. This is just me personally, but I wish that this year they would allow us to create a team and then download it while playing the game itself. I hope that all of the features, creating a team, sharing one, downloading one, are all bundled in that mode in the actual game instead of just having to rely on the EA website to do so. Okay, that was just my personal gripe with that mode, but I hope they did that right this time. I just hope, okay? But anyways, that's gonna be it, man. Those are all the details. I apologize if my voice sounded a bit weak today because, again, boredom, and on top of that, I am feeling not too sick, but I do have, the sniffles, if you will, right? Just a little bit. So, therefore, if you guys do enjoy this video, please be sure to give it a like, comment down below what you want to see next. Subscribe if you are new, turn on post notifications, and I will catch you guys on the flip side, all right? Stay safe, stay blessed, have a good day, and I'm out, man. Peace.